just going to do a quick audio test, guys. Hello and welcome, guys, to a Magically video. No, not a video, what am I on about again? Right, hello and welcome to the stream, guys. I'm just looking, I'm hoping I can turn down... I can't change the sound because I haven't got the Pro edition of the plane. Thank you, Majestic. Oh well, that's that then for us. I know the GPU is extremely loud. What are you on about? Bank angle. We are here on Vatsim, which is great. It's looking like we've got some wonderful ACC for us today. We have Tower online, and we have London City approaching online. We have Information Papa at the moment, from about 10 minutes ago, so absolutely perfecto for us today. Go ahead and get everything set up now. I'm a little bit sort of behind, possibly. I don't know why I started the stream, maybe started a little bit too soon. But anyway, we'll go ahead and start getting everything fired up then. So, first of all, before we do anything, I need to use the Majestic control panel over here to decide what on earth we're doing today with the weights. So at the moment, the runway in use, I really should check that. The current runway in use is, where's the ATIS? The current runway in use is runway 27. We've planned for 27, so that's perfect. So, right, fuel. Our block fuel today is going to be 2796. I don't bother putting in what's trip fuel and what's takeoff fuel. I just put 2796 because I don't know what the Majestic uses to put that in. So I just stick it at that. So that gets our fuel in there. And then packs, we're just taking 39. Very empty. We've got 45 on the next flight, so pretty empty. I can't remember, there is a certain way you're meant to load this plane in terms of where, but I can't quite remember. We'll just basically do it and then make sure there's no errors when we calculate it. So we'll calculate there. We're looking for a bag weight today. Well, I'll be able to tell from the zero fuel mass on this plane. That's the mass. That's the mass index. Here we go. Where is it? Seriously. Dry operating mass. Where is it? Calculated zero fuel mass. Here we go. This is it, I think. We're basically looking for none then, is it? No cargo at all. Calculate 21.7. We're planning 21.8. So very few. Calculate that. There you go. 21.9. We'll go ahead and set that. Send data to flight sim. This will cause a little bit of a. It'll cause the game to pause. There we go. We can unpause it now. And we'll go ahead and plan our route. So the way it works in this plane, you enter EGLC into there. We'll go ahead and hide the yoke. It makes it a little bit easier for us. And we are heading out. Well, I better actually maybe call for clearance. You know, let's call for clearance. So we'll be tuning EGLC Tower 118075. Let's go ahead and get our radio panels switched on, and I can do that. We'll just check everything up here is all good. So we're currently on ground power, which is all fine. I'll go ahead and start GSX now. Oh yeah, we can start parking brakes. Right, we'll go ahead and get GSX on now. I'm a little bit unfamiliar with this aircraft. I don't often fly it. It's a very rare thing for me to fly this plane. So, I mean, I flew it literally about a week and a half ago, and that was the first time. I flew it twice a week and a half ago, and that was the first time in ages. So it's quite a rare thing that I fly this plane. But there we go. We'll go ahead and tune to 118. Oh, it's a bit of a pain tuning stuff in this. 118075. Boom. So that's now tuned in there. We should get tower. So, and we'll go ahead and make sure our QNH is set correctly as well. So here on the ground in EGLC, it is nice and sunny. QNH is 1003. For some reason, the clock is going. I have no idea why it is, but it is. It's deciding to. I'm not a massive fan of the clock in this thing. It's not awesome. I've accidentally moved the time forward 2 minutes in the sim. Yeah, the clock in this thing isn't the best. Let's put it that way. This thing for now can just go on to data and then services and then exits, and it will let us manage the exits for us. There is a weird buzz, like a weird warning all the time in this plane when you do things like that. Right, how do I adjust the QNH? There it is. 1003. Excellent. And it wants us to open, we'll open the back passenger door as well. And then we open the baggage door. This thing does have announcements and things.
Easy
it
53 Fox Delta 23 clear for land service for 320 degrees.
What on earth?
Land
Easy.
23, easy 53 Fox Delta.
Am I on the wrong frequency? What? Easy. 53 Fox Delta. Oh, they're landing at Southend. Oh, the tower must be covering Southend as well then, are they? Or have I done something wrong? I'm not tuned on any other frequency. Okay, well, that's a bit odd. I'll request controller info. It just says London City Tower. Okay. Right. Hello, London City Tower. This is Skyways 5901 Type -8 Q400 at stand 9 requesting IFR clearance to Jersey, please.
Skies 5901 clear Jersey lid 5 Tango squawk 7766.
Cleared Jersey via the lid 5 Tango departure, squawk 5766 for Skyways 5901.
Negative squawk 776.
Sorry, can you repeat it? Broke up.
7766.
7766 for Skyways 5901.
Lol.
Really? Yeah, it broke up for the second time. And then someone said lol, which is very funny. Yes, very, very funny. Thank you. Well, there we go. That's people for you. Anyway, so out of EGLC, is it list, I believe, or not?
Swiss 8 kilo
Oh,
5
menu.
level 250.
Depart, runway 27. Yeah, it broke up, so, you know, unfortunately I had to listen to that twice. So we're taking the
Zap
lid.
8 kilo climb flight level 250.
5 tank. Why is he saying like
250 Zap 8 kilo.
It's meant to be tower. Right, I need to go ahead and get our flight plan actually loaded in to Navigraph now as well. I think GSX will actually finish really quickly because of, well, the very low amount of people we have on board today. So new flight, sim brief, there we go. We already planned the lid 5 Tango out today, which is excellent. Arrival now, we're planning 26. Let's look at EGJJ. Wind is currently 340 at 11, so that's 8 from runway 26, that's perfect. And we'll be taking the Jersey 2 Bravo, and we'll take the ILS runway 26 with the Jersey transition. I'm just planning this, and we're not putting it into the FMC just yet. Excellent. We have got to sort of overfly the airport a bit weirdly. Is there a better one that I can do, or no? No is the answer to that one. Okay, we'll do that for now then. Have to wait and see what we get, I guess. Bit of an odd arrival possibly, but that's what we'll stick with. Right, go to our flight plan and start planning the route then. So we're going to head from Lid. It's a bit of a weird one, this. We've got to select the waypoint, then click List, and then Airway. Nope, we've got to click Airway after, and click it there. Always gets me. So we click List then, and then Airway. We are taking M189, so that's Airway number 1, to Neville. So that's waypoint number 10. And then from Neville, we are going G27. Where's List? There you go, G27, number 1, until Anglo, so number 1. And then we're jumping on our arrival, but to do that I need to enter in the arrival airport, so Echo Golf, Juliet, Jersey, activate that. And then we need to go to it was same one as last time. Was it menu? Yes. Then arrive. Does this not know where we're landing? Like, I just entered it in. Delete the no link. There we go. That should hopefully now pick up where we're landing. Yes. We're going to be using runway 26 today at the moment on the Jersey. What on earth? How many are there? Jersey 2 Bravo, number 9. Runway transition. What? No transition then on the star. We're going to be taking ILS 26 with the Jersey. It just says Jersey on Navigraph charts. Doesn't specify which one. The Jersey 1, I guess. I don't know, it doesn't really say, it just says Jersey on Navigraph charts. Well, there we go. Let's have a quick look at our route then. It's a bit weird how you look at the route in this. You have to click Format, and then you can only view it page by page, which isn't great. I'm not a massive fan of how it works. Right, exit 3, I believe that's the baggage. It's a bit unclear, GSX. It just says exit 3, right? I don't know what exit that is. How am I supposed to know? They didn't put the star in. Menu, arrive, number 2, number 9, no transition, number 2, and then number 1, there we go, flight plan. Please say you've put it in now, plane. You have, good. Right, delete well, it's a discount basically, it's called a no link in this plane. And we've got another one there. That's our go around though, so you do, actually no, we don't want to, we want to be able to see the go around. We want that no link in there to stay. That's quite important. It needs to stay there. Alright, looks like everything's in. Let's have a look at our route then from far away. So it's a bit of an odd departure out of London City here today. It's how London City works. We head straight to this waypoint pretty much. Literally straight. The airport is basically just there. And then it's quite a sharp turn then to Det, and then we're on our route then fully. And then the arrival is a little bit confusing almost. We have to basically head to the Jersey VOR and then start turning and get ourselves on final is how that works. And since this is such a short flight, we want to do the VNAV planning. This is our descent planning. We're going to do minus 1,800 feet, and we want to be... Right, enter the... Okay, it won't let me enter it. And we want to be at 18 at 2,000. Okay, we'll do this once we're at cruise. I mean, I might just plan it myself, the descent. It's a bit of a weird one in this plane. It can do an auto descent, but it's a little bit off how it does the vertical descent. It's a little bit strange, so I might just forget doing that. We have got an A321 because, again, it's a Titan Air, and obviously they're not a typical airline, so they probably don't have the skins modelled in the model matching. I actually did a model matching update this morning, no, last night, and there was 28 liveries that got added, so there was a little bit that got added. Right, we'll go ahead and start the APU now. We want to make sure the bleeds are on, and we want to make sure fasten seatbelts and no smoking signs are on. Anti-collision lights can come on now, and we want to make sure the pitot heats are on. Pitot static stays standby stays off. I always put this in ISO. It didn't moan at me when I did that last time, so we'll just keep that. Bleed air and gens on for the APU, and we want to make sure we can do a anti-skid test, otherwise it will moan at us later on for that. Now we need to go ahead and plan our fuel, actually. So we have 39 packs, of course, with a cargo weight. Okay, this is all on the control panel. A cargo weight of 170. And fuel on board 2796. Enter that in, and that should put in everything we need to know. And then I need to go here. You can easily mess this up, by the way. I need to go here, crossfill flight plan. If you crossfill it from this one, you end up blanking the whole thing and having to plan the route again, which I hate. It's very important that you get that right, and I had got it wrong before. 27, so it's quite important. Put it that way. Anyway, that is it then for our route. Quite simple. I'll give a look at the charts now. So it's just the one departure chart out today. No, just the one, like, airport chart. It covers everything because this place is so small. And the lid 5 Tango. So we'll just check everything's all correct. We head out on a max of 210 knots. Okay, I'll have to watch that because, again, this thing isn't the best of planes. It's a little bit more... It's not quite as easy to fly as a 737. It's not simple, this plane. If you compare it to other planes like the 737, A320, 787, it's not that simple. So... Now make sure the yaw damper's on. Then we want to set IAS, which is the climb speed. We want to set that at, well, 210, if that's our maximum speed here. And we want to set auto altitude select. We haven't been given an initial climb altitude, weirdly. So I don't really know what we do there. We weren't given an initial climb. So I'll set 3000 for now, I guess, because that's the first restriction. I don't know why they didn't give us one of those, but whatever. And we'll want to set nav, but we need to make sure, hang on a minute, there we go, we need to make sure this is on FMS 1 before we do that, then it'll accept nav. Auto feather we can just keep off, really, is what I tend to do. It doesn't really seem to do anything. I think you are supposed to use it a bit, maybe, but it doesn't really seem to do anything. I don't know, if this thing has errors, I try to solve them. That's basically how I fly this plane. I'm not the best at flying this plane. We can get external power off now, and we'll go ahead and disconnect it now. So we'll go to data. No, not data. We'll go to... Yeah, it is data. Okay, it wasn't there before. And we'll go to services, and we'll want to cancel the GPU. We can get rid of that. We're not going to need a pushback today from GSX, as we are in London City Airport, which has... well, it has stands where you park like this. So it's absolutely wonderful. In that sense, it doesn't matter. And we're looking for about 206 miles. It will have added a bit on. What on earth? 294? We were looking for about 240, actually. Not 206. Yeah, we're looking for 245. I guess it's because we added on the transition down in Jersey. I'm tempted not to use the transition. Let's not use it, because it adds loads of miles on, and it's a bit odd, really. Like, there's no need to really have it. So we'll select ILS final, runway 26, and I will just quickly change that now before we get off, because I don't really want 2 and then no transition, because it was going to save us a whole lot of time. Not a whole lot of time, a whole lot of miles, really, because we may as well just go straight onto the... No, I don't want to go to Jersey. I want to go from BVAV direct to the... that makes our life a whole lot easier. Cool, that is that then. Just want to make sure we can cross-fill this now. I need to do that again. So we'll go to menu. Not menu. Oh dear. Right. Data. crossfill flight plan. That should be everything, yes? Yes. And now if I go to the fuel page, 200... How is it 286 miles? How is it still 286? Right, I'll do one final check now of the route before we start, before we depart. So, I want to make sure it's all looking good. That looks fine. How is it 200? I don't know. There are some weird goings on in the FMC of this thing that you have like that. Never mind. That's that then. Go ahead and get this. What does this say on the fuel page? Yeah, 286 miles. I don't think it is actually 286. If it is, that's very far off what we were initially planning, and we haven't changed any of our approaches or SIDs or stars or anything, so that'd be a bit strange, but whatever. We'll leave it at that. Right, everything is all ready to go. I'm a bit slow to get off here, I know. Let's go ahead and get ourselves underway then. It's going to be quite a long taxi for us. Right. Hello, London City Tower, requesting... no, Skyways 5901 requesting engine startup.
Skyway 5901, good afternoon, engine start up, approve.
Engine start approved for Skyways 5901. Ooh, we've got a new controller. I didn't notice that. We've actually got a new controller online. Obviously, we'd already grabbed clearance from the other one, who was maybe not being the best. Right, put the engines into start and feather now. Make sure they're ready for starting, and then we want to go to put this in number 2, and then click start, and the engines should just start to follow up themselves. We want flaps 5. There's no takeoff speed calculator or anything like that for this plane. I think I'm going to do the descent planning manually, because the VNAV, it does work in this plane, but it can be a bit tricky. I want to put that into normal mode now. Now the engines are firing up nicely. You can only start one engine at a time in this thing because of how the ignition works. So there's no trying to do 2 like that. So we'll start, because obviously there's no need to do a pushback here. GSX should have just, yeah. GSX have just gone off automatically. So you can see there the engines have now started. So we can go ahead and put this in number 2 and select start. And then number 2 will start starting. And there's 20. We'll go ahead and introduce some fuel. Excellent. We can get taxi lights on now as well. We should eventually see, once everything's all powered up, all these alerts apart from the parking brake alert should go away when everything's fired up. So I want to make sure, yeah, everything's all ready now. Everything's all good for departure. And we're running properly. And then we want to whack this up then to max power for takeoff.
8 kilo would be possible direct VLOG.
Excellent, right, that's, okay, the heater heat standby needs to be on then, otherwise that wouldn't be moaning at us. Cool, that means our engines are started. I want to get my weather radar on now. The weather's actually pretty good, it's not like it was yesterday. Where is it? Weather. You can go on, and we want you on weather, just weather mode, I guess. That says weather standby. What about this one? That also says weather standby. Okay, we'll leave it like that then. Excellent, everything's all looking good then. Q&H is set, so everything's all looking finished. IS is set for initial climb 210 knots. Right. Requesting taxi for runway for Skyways 5901.
Skyway 5901, taxi holding point Echo.
Taxi holding point Echo for Skyways 5901. Right, head down to Echo now. For some reason the engines do, no, not the engines, the windscreen does sometimes cloud up a little bit on this plane. I have no idea why. But yeah, I don't know, eventually we're going on our way. It's a bit of a weird steering system, this plane, so... Oh, that reminds me, I should have mapped something to my rudder. This thing is going to go all over the place on takeoff, just to warn you guys. So... this thing is going to go absolutely all over the place. I need to make sure that... There we go, look. So this button is working for the rudder. Which is very important. We need to make sure I've got rudder controls. And I need to press 5 on the keypad to centre them. Because this thing goes all over the place on takeoff, believe me. I don't know why it goes all over the place, but it's an absolute mess. It's nice we've had some ATC. I didn't expect it. We haven't got any London Centre online, or Jersey or Southampton at the moment, so it's looking like this might be the only ATC we get all day. This thing's very sharp with the steering. It's a pretty nice plane to fly as well. It's just a little bit different. It requires some getting used to, really. And we're cruising today at 16,000 as well, which again, you don't tell the plane that, which is quite funny. I mean, I wouldn't trust this plane with ETAs, maybe. So there's Charlie. Then after that, it's Delta. We're taxiing down to Echo. Okay, Delta isn't in the game. I've got the most up-to-date scenery I could have possibly had. But obviously that doesn't include Delta, I guess. But yeah, this is the most up-to-date scenery I could have got. I don't know why. I think it's a graphical bug, maybe, but the windscreen does randomly cloud up from time to time. It just does. Who knows why, but whatever. And it will just randomly go away sometimes, and it will randomly come back sometimes.
Skyway 5915, Echo, enter runway 27, backtrack and line of weight.
Enter runway at Echo and backtrack for Skyways 5901. So yeah, we want to enter the runway now at Echo, and then backtrack down the runway to the end of it, because that's how it works here at London City. London City is a because it's built on top of a dock, basically, you end up with this kind of thing of, well, after this point, look, water. So the planes have to backtrack down the runway, which does create some pretty interesting traffic patterns and things. I don't know, some of the stars for this airport, I was flying into it, they require you to go, they only allow you to approach from one direction, which added about 200 miles onto my flight. Like, I don't really like this airport. Like, London City is not one of my favourites, but if you're flying a Dash 8, you sort of have to go there. It's one of the hubs of the Dash 8, really. I mean, I'm not going to be flying the Dash 8 for another few weeks now on the channel after this week. We're flying it again on Sunday, but then after that, you know, that probably will be it. Because I don't really like this plane. It's fun. It's fun to fly every now and then. It's very involved. It's very, very fun, but it's not the best. You know, I mean, that's not the quality of the plane. The quality of the plane is excellent. It's just how you fly it. It is a little bit more manual. It's, you know, I mean, I quite like it still, but it's not quite up there with the 737s and all that. You know. But I'm amazed there's tons of ATC around London today. Saying there's no London Centre, so I'll probably taxi off at Kilo, I think, and then go to Lima. That's how you'd normally do it here at London City. Obviously, you don't really want to be backtracking on the runway for any longer than you must. We have got nothing actually approaching, so shouldn't be much of a problem. But we'll taxi off the runway here at Kilo, I think, because there's no other place to turn around. It's how you turn around on this runway. Yeah, we're half hour into the stream, look, and we're only just taking off. I mean, it's been a little bit interesting, maybe.
Skyways 5901, after departure, climb and maintain altitude 3,000 feet, runway 27 clear to take off 7 wind 310 and 11 knot. After departure, climb to 3,000 feet, and we're cleared to take off runway 27 for Skyways 5901. There you go, we've been cleared to take off. We've got to climb to 3,000, which I had already planned, so that's excellent. Right, taxi onto the runway now. We've been cleared. Our star as said earlier, so the lid 5 Tango. We'll go ahead and turn to the left. I'll get the lid 5 Tango activated on here, yeah, and we've got to be at 210 knots apparently, according to the airport brief. I mean, this thing climbs at about 230 knots, and then it drops down to about 200 knots further on in the climb. It's a very slow climber, this plane as well, but that's only above 20,000. We're only going to 16,000 today, so it shouldn't be as much of a problem. Right, landing lights were already on, taxi lights we already flicked off, and everything is all ready to go. As you can see, that weirdness is finally gone. Right, everything is all looking good up there. Engine is in max power, flaps are set to 5, so everyone, the clock is automatic, by the way.
Looks 4593, got after you to the tower, continue to approach runway 27, subs wind 310 at 11 knot.
Right, and then this is where the plane will start being a pain. I need to start managing this. I hate this plane when taking off, right? And in the air, I do really hate this plane when it comes to taking off. Right, gear up, because it does literally go all over the place, believe me. There we go, we're in the air now. We'll get autopilot straight on because of the immediate right turn we have to do. Yeah, I don't know, this plane is a little bit all over the place when taking off, but that's how it is. We're on LNAV, so this thing should just follow its path correctly, hopefully. And flaps can come in now, let this thing...
Looks 590, sorry, correct question, looks 4593, runway 27, clear to land. Skyway 591, contact them radar 132.7, goodbye.
Thames radar 132.7 for Skyways 591. Right, this is a race now, 132.7, I hate this plane's radio in that. Hello Thames radar, Skyways 5901 climbing through 2,500 feet for 3,000 on the Lid 5 Tango departure. Anything?
Skyways 5901, roger, climb now, flight level 160.
Climb to flight level 160 for Skyways 5901. We can increase speed a little bit now as well. We'll do initial climb of 220 IAS. It tends to be about correct for this plane. You know, 225, because initial climb, this thing is pretty quick, but it's after that it struggles, really. Right, now we're up in the air, we can go ahead and bring this back to 900 feet per minute and max up the power. No, not 900 RPM, I mean, and we can then max it out like that, and that will increase our rate of climb to something decent. Transition altitude here is, does it say anywhere on the SID? 6,000, there we go. So that's what we'll do. Not bad, we've got in the air, you know, I'm not a total fail with this plane, so I know a little bit of what I'm doing. We've been instructed to climb straight to flight level 160 now, with Thames radar. We haven't got anything else at all, but whatever, you know. There we're coming up to 6,000 now, so, and we're climbing at a lovely 3,000 feet per minute. Obviously that will drop back later because that's how the plane works. Right, 6,000, standard pressure. And that is us in the air above London City Airport with minimal mistakes, and we want to make sure that the bleeds are all turned on, otherwise we will get a pressure warning later on at cruise. We are only going up to 160 today, so we'll be there pretty quickly, I should imagine. Right, so below 10,000 this thing is such a quick climber. It is a proper quick climber. But then obviously it does start to drop off, because what it is, the engine power starts to drop off when you go higher. So that's kind of what happens, obviously. So right now we're at 90% power on our climb. That will drop back later, because it just does that. As you can see, we're already back to 2,500 feet per minute. It will constantly go back. But luckily we're not going all the way. But if you're going up to like 240 in this plane, it can be a real pain to maintain it like properly, but maintain a decent climb, because the max servicing in this thing's like 270, but it takes quite a bit of performance to get up there. Landing lights can come off now. We'll get our seatbelt signs off as well. Why is the weather on standby? It should have turned on by now. I didn't turn it on to standby. Oh, you can see there, look, it's turned on. There you go, weather on. And we can also see, we've also got the TCAS working. obviously this thing doesn't have to speed up above flight level 100. Our cruise speed today is looking at about 310 true airspeed is what we're looking for. But you know, that's pretty expected. There you go. We can see we've got a little bit of nasty weather there. But this thing's climbing pretty decent. We've got a little bit of turbulence maybe. And also this plane, I haven't mentioned that as well, I'm terrible at landing this plane as well, so we might see some problems there. I haven't got the nicest of weather, I'll give it that. We really haven't got the best of weather, right? Is this thing going to turn, it like waits till the last second to turn right, it's just silly. Hopefully the weather's a little bit better once we turn right. Which it takes ages to do for some reason. But we're almost at cruise altitude already. We're about 265 miles this thing's out of... I don't know, it makes no sense, this thing's route planning in terms of the... I don't believe it. Like, that doesn't sound right in terms of how long it thinks we've got left. The weather is bad over where we're flying, so I'll have to watch that. Might get some like avoiding vectors from ATC, possibly. Right, can I go direct somewhere to avoid this weather? No, I can't, is the answer to that. We've got bad weather literally everywhere. Why am I getting a traffic warning? Rip. Oh, they're climbing as well, we're fine. And now I've turned down the weather, suddenly the weather's gone. It must be because we've climbed above it, maybe. Oh, that's what it's gone into like a traffic mode because it had an alert. Because it's... Oh, nice! London East. What on earth? I've never heard of a London East centre. They're not even on my chart. Okay, that's interesting. There we go, we're back into 40 nautical mile range now. And, I don't know, the weather seems to have, well, not gone. There it is. But it's slowing down. We'll maintain a cruise of about 220, you know, this sort of speed in terms of the knots. We're looking at about 220 knots for cruise is what I like, 210 to 220 knots. We're looking for a fuel flow of between 400 and 500 for a cruise on this plane. There we go, there's 16,000, look. And there is a little bit of weather, but not too bad. We will go ahead and pop the seatbelt signs on to make sure that no one has any issues. Right, it's time to start throttling back now a little bit to about 500. No, they go just under 500 on the fuel flow. So there you go, about 450 on the fuel flow is what you're looking for in this plane, somewhere between 450, 460. So that's what I've set, and as you can see, we're able to perfectly maintain that speed. We're looking for a cruise, you know, there you go, look, 311 knots on the ground speed, which is perfect once you get the true airspeed. Sort of, you know, perfect, basically. That's what I'm looking for. We're looking for a flight time today of about 52 minutes, I think. It shouldn't be too long. We have, as you can see, we've got no red sort of problems, got no red wind areas or weather areas, like, so we should be alright, I'm hoping, but we'll see, I guess. Now we're at top of climb, I can actually get VNAV plugged in. However, this doesn't appear to be... Right, I want to be vertical to number 11. And that will then get our... That'll get our path in, look. And it should say somewhere when we need to start our descent. No?
Skyways 5901, well, it's Unicom's right.
Over to Unicom, thanks for ATC for Skyways 5901. Right, we're handed off to Unicom, so maybe that we're not being controlled by that other airspace. But yeah, I'm interested about the whole VNAV thing. So, you know, according to this, we're meant to be descending now. Like, you stupid plane. Where's message? VNAV disconnect. Well, yeah, because it's wrong. So that's kind of why we disconnected the VNAV. I don't think this plane even knows what it's doing, honestly. I don't know, I'll manage to descent myself. About 1800 feet per minute is what you want. And the way we work out our descent, you know, just the standard rule is, you know, take 1.6 and multiply that by 3, 48 miles out. However, so we want to be down at 2000 at that waypoint, so 14 times 3, 40 miles from the ILS. We should be descending, roughly. Maybe we're cruising a little bit too low, I don't know. Ice detected. Right, anti-ice, where are you? If this thing is giving me an ice warning, I'd rather be safe than sorry, to be fair. Where is it, though? See what I mean? Ice protection. Prop de-ice mode on. Airframe, like airframe, de-ice. So this thing should now stop. There you go. This thing should hopefully calm down. We're gaining quite a bit of speed here, so I'll probably throttle back a little bit more. As you can see, this thing now is basically just doing it itself, making sure that the whole plane is being de-iced successfully. I'll go ahead and turn off prop de-ice because it should be okay. Just the wings are the bigger problem. You know, we'll get prop de-ice on as well. And make sure this thing is following a correct path. So yeah, I don't really know what to do in terms of the VNAV. I did watch like a tutorial, but I almost have forgotten that by now. Right, by 10. Right, that should now plan it. But it does it immediately, look. It's like, do it right now. Like, it's not time to descend yet, you silly plane. We're really far away yet, so it is being a bit dumb. I don't really understand it, totally. What if I go to flight plan and then click on that and then click VNAV? Will that? No. Right, select waypoint 8. Right, VNAV from Hawk, look. Waypoint number 10. Is that going to tell us now something correct? No, it isn't. Okay, forget it with the VNAV. I don't think it's working totally. Does it need to be like the next active waypoint for it to work or something? Who knows, honestly? We'll just forget about it, I think. Yeah, this cloud's not the nicest. Oh, we've got a bit of rain. Is that rain I see? No, is it ice? It might be ice. Airframe de-ice mode is on fast. That looks like ice. That's worrying. Are you working de-ice? It's constantly doing all the parts that it wants to, look. If you put it on airframe mode de-ice, we put it on fast, and it should just keep de-icing, basically. I'll do a quick test of the anti-ice on the engine to make sure it works. But there we go. We're using as much anti-ice as we can. Can we use anti-ice on the front? That's what the Peter heats it do, isn't it? However, they're not doing much. Here you go. Windshield de-ice mode, normal. Heat up. And there you go, the side is gone. And that's gone as well, so we can go ahead and get that off. There you go, yeah, that's the downside of cruising inside the clouds, I guess, isn't it? We do get a little bit of ice about the place. We're getting rocked around a fair amount as well, because the seatbelt signs are still on. You know what, we can turn that off now. I don't know. I mean, do we have a top of descent marker on here? I doubt it somehow. Nope, we don't have a top of descent marker. I didn't think we would. We'll go ahead and I want to look at our arrival, really. So we head from BVAV onto the approach. Excellent. Because obviously I've got rid of the Jersey VOR from the plan, because it is a little bit of an issue. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Look, London East Control, London East Centre doesn't really say anything about them. So I don't know. If I get a contact me, I get a contact me. But at the moment, I have no clue. Still saying ice detected. The windows, we've solved the ice problem. Hopefully the clouds will stop once we get closer to France. Oh, looks like we have Jersey approach online. That'd be rather nice. And that does mean they'll probably force me to go to the Jersey VOR, but who knows. We'll wait and see what they give us, I guess. But yeah, it's very busy here on Vatsim today. It's only a Thursday afternoon, but it's crazy busy. You know, I don't know what's happened. Maybe last week was just a bit of a quiet week. But it is very quiet. No, very busy on Vatsim. It was quiet last week. It's weird. Right, looks like we are emerging from this. This thing is still doing some actually no, it stopped de-icing now, look. So obviously it doesn't think there's any ice needed. So this is still saying ice detected, but maybe there isn't any ice anymore. Is that like a bug? But as you can see, look, I mean, this is still registering some bad weather, but it looks okay now in terms of the clouds. They look quite stable. We're at a decent ground speed here. I'll probably I'll increase the throttle a little bit to make sure we can maintain about 450 kilos on the fuel. How are we looking for fuel? We're looking absolutely fine. We've got 2.5 hours currently of fuel on board, which is absolutely perfect. And there you go, ice detected message has gone now, so I can go ahead and turn this off. So, you know, the anti-ice has done its job, got rid of the ice, and we're all good. That's what happens when you cruise quite low down, I guess, on this. Oh, there you go. I don't think Jersey approach really went online. It's actually very busy. There's no event down in Jersey, but there's a lot of planes heading for it. There's a plane departing Luton currently. Hasn't left quite yet. It's quite a popular airport, Jersey. It's a pretty nice one to fly into. I'll give it a look now. Actually, I'll have a look on SimBrief at where this thinks we should be descending, because it does provide you with a little bit of help. So this thinks we should start descending just after Dicro. So very, very short descent. Right, and then I'll get some charts open now for our arrival. So we're on the 2 Bravo, so I'll attach that chart and that chart. And our approach, which is the ILS
26. Right, attach all of these now. So we head in from BVAV. You don't have to, you can actually go onto the ILS without heading to Jersey. You can do that and join it like that. That's what I'd like to do, but we'll have to see what happens. Minimums for us, we are a Cat, I think we're a Cat C. We might be a Cat B actually, I don't know, we'll have to see. But minimums are going to be, here you go, decision height, and it's regardless of that, for a straight-in landing on the ILS. 471, which is 200 feet above. So, yeah, 471. Excellent, get that plugged in. There's nothing else in terms of, well, really, I could do with doing a VNAV plan, but unfortunately I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to plan a VNAV. I only know how to get it to do one right away. You can plan a VNAV. You can tell it I want to descend to be at by, but for some reason that doesn't appear to be working. Or I don't know how to do it. It's probably what it is. But vertical to. I don't know, who knows what's going on there. Never mind, we'll just leave that. We're currently over the channel right now. We're about to start our star in a fair amount of time. It's quite a short, quite a long star. I think it starts at Anglo. So it's, it's not long. 40 miles until we start our star. We have got some more bad weather approaching. I'll have a look actually. What does this allow? This airway allows us to go up to 245. So I'm tempted to climb to 18,000 to get out of the way. I don't know. We'll check the weather now for Jersey. 330 at 10 knots. 13 degrees out there today. QNH is 1006 over in Jersey. What is the transition altitude? Transition level, I should say. It doesn't actually say what transition level by ATC. So we haven't got one basically because it's done by ATC. We head into BVAV and then from there we can either go to the VOR and then follow that in, or we can do an approach without the VOR, just heading direct in, which might be easier thinking about it. Just heading from BVAV direct onto the ILS, because there's no point, why would we head all the way to Jersey if there's no traffic? There's no point doing all the weird Jersey transition. I get in real life it's because of how the traffic patterns are, but there is none of that right now. Who knows? Right now we are just continuing along at this altitude, pretty stable really. I'm looking at descending, not for quite, still, around Dickrow, this is recommending. That might be a little bit too far off, I don't know. We're not 176 miles from Jersey though. Or maybe we are actually, looking at that, I don't know. There's some weirdness going on, I think, with the waypoints possibly. And we've got no ATC. I thought I saw ATC there briefly, but they must have just connected and then immediately disconnected or something. A bit weird. Because we haven't got anything else. We're maintaining a pretty good speed. We were looking for a true airspeed of 313. We're at 307, which is pretty much, bang on what we were planning for on this flight today. So it's fine. It's not the fastest of planes this, but it's alright. We've got no more ice warnings at the moment. Apparently we are entering a patch of weather, but I think we're above the clouds. So we seem okay, even though this thing, I don't know, I mean, again, I can't vector myself around this weather, so, I mean, even if it is red, I'll have to just stick with it. I mean, look at that, so you can't avoid it. There you go, it's just updated, look. I think this thing keeps realising that there isn't really any weather that's much of a problem. Oh, there you go. It seems to be a bit old there, look, shuffling itself around all the time, the weather. Who knows what it's doing, honestly. I don't think it even knows, really, at this point. Because at the moment, I mean, the plane isn't, you know, going weird, is it? So it's obviously not that bad. We're approaching Ozpol right now. Yeah, and the descent, who knows? So this thinks we're like already off our descent path, which is obviously wrong. What's the message saying? VNAV disconnect, yeah. Right, is that gonna work? How about I click vertical 2 and then number 6, and it plans no V waypoint altitude. Oh, I'm just fed up with this. Anyway, that's that. Then we'll just ignore that that's going on. Meanwhile, I do actually need to tune the nav radios for our landing today. So the ILS frequency, where is it? It is the localizer is, there you go, no, yeah, it says localizer 110 decimal 3. Tune that, and you can see now it says ILS 1. That means it's picked up that it's an ILS approach, which is perfect. It's what we wanted, so that should hopefully now start working. Obviously, I'm not going to bother switching that on just yet. We need to check the rudder trim as well. It is slightly out. The rudder trim on this plane, you have to move it manually, so it's slightly out. I can't. You need to get the two triangles to match up, basically. So you want to go down here and just check. Move it a bit to the right at the moment, and there we go. The rudder trim is all. I should have checked that a bit earlier in the flight. You meant to check it throughout the flight, like every 15 to 20 minutes, really. Every time you turn, actually, I think it might be. But obviously, in most planes, it's automatic. It's not automatic in this plane. Automatic is not really in the vocabulary of this majestic Dash 8. It's all done manually. You know, there's very little automatic things about it, really. There's very little. That's what you sign up for, though, when you get this Dash 8. It's part of the fun. Right, I can now see Jersey within 80 miles, so how on earth we're 150 miles out, I have no clue. Whether it's using, it might be using this Jersey down here, which it sometimes does. I don't know. It'd be interesting. We're approaching Anglo now, which is the start of our star. You know, I mean, Simbrief is saying we should descend after Dicro, which is on the star. So who knows, really? This thing's VNAV path isn't being much of a help. And the next waypoint 4. It's a nightmare, this thing's like descent planning. It's really terrible. It just thinks I should descend now all the time. Like, I need to watch the video back on how to. I saw someone set it up, but I've obviously forgotten.
Nothing. Do I need to set a lower altitude to get it to work? Wait, is that what I should be doing, no? Oh, there we go. I didn't confirm the vertical speed. Right, I feel like the biggest doofus in the world now, but there we go. We need to descend to 1,800 feet per minute in 42 miles. Yeah, I can't believe that. Oh, wow, I can't believe myself. Well, there we go. That is the solution. I messed something up. Oh, dear. Yeah. There we go. Apparently we've got some more weather-related issues, but I don't see that. So yeah, we're meant to be descending about 42 miles at 1,800 feet per minute. I can get it to do a VNAV descent and follow its own VNAV, but it's also advised to sort of do it myself. In this plane, it's quite a good approach of it. So obviously, yeah, we're going to be taking, we're going to be jumping on the ILS final approach from, and we're from BVAV, basically, which is the quickest way of doing it. There is absolutely no point in going to Jersey. You can actually, as you can see on other arrivals, you can, from places like Tunit, heading in, you can go to the ILS directly, look. Because what our arrival does, it goes to BVAV and intercepts the ILS like that. No, not the ILS, the VOR. We want to sort of intercept the VOR like that, because that'll put us on a final without having to sort of do any faffy, like not go around, like sort of mess around procedures. Because as I said, I mean, there's no ATC online or anything, and it's very quiet. We have Jersey currently to ourselves. We are the only plane heading for Jersey, so no need to even remark anything on Unicom, so it's fine. And we've got the total descent plugged in. The next flight as well is actually a very short one. It's even shorter than this flight. This one's meant to be 52 minutes. I don't know how long we've got left. This thing's 15 minutes, so that sounds about right. But it's a very interesting plane to fly this. I am glad I've been flying it some more today. And we're going to be flying it again on Sunday. Remember that. Landing flaps, we're going to use full landing flaps today. There's no like performance calculator tool. I think you can get like a website that does it, but we're not using that, I guess. I have one final check of the weather down in Jersey. So it's from, okay, there will be some new weather through in just a matter of minutes, really. We have a few clouds at 1,500, sky at 1,700. It's partly cloudy. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Alright, and we are actually on the star now, on the Jersey 2 Bravo. Jersey 2 Bravo, here you go. Turn right, intercept Jersey, inbound to Jersey. So that's what we need to intercept the islet, that on the track. But yeah, I'm not going to be doing that. I want to be doing a bit of a better approach. As you can see, we're going directly to final. It's because of how it works, look, it's a bit of an odd approach, if you see what I mean. Like, in terms of, well, look. So that's where the ILS starts, look. That's where the Jersey VOR is. They don't match up, which is quite odd. That's how it is in, and we could do a Jersey transition, but that would then cause us to have to sort of do a very extended approach around about over 50 miles onto our journey, which I'd rather not do. The other alternative, obviously we can just start the ILS from Jersey. Actually, let's do that. Let's start the ILS from Jersey. That's probably the most realistic way of thinking about it, honestly. enter that in there, and then delete whatever gets in the way, basically. So I'll have a look, format, on this page. I want to have a look at what this means, picking the Jersey approach. So you can see here that it's this, the I-26, it's basically showing one on an ILS approach. I'll delete that, and there we go. That then means we're going to go to the Jersey VOR, which is in the same place as FF26, so I'll delete that one as well, and we'll go on it's a 6 mile final. That's pretty decent. So we're skipping out a little bit of the ILS. However, as you can see here on this chart, actually, let me go, I can actually show you doing that. There. The glide slope starts at the VOR. Here, look, above the VOR, and then you head in from 5 miles out. So it doesn't matter in terms of the glide slope what we do. That's probably the most sensible way of looking at it then. That's probably what they do in real life, maybe, without doing the transition. But now, unfortunately, that will obviously break our VNAV, because of the fact that I'm no longer going to this waypoint, so it can't plan a VNAV. So what I'll do, I'll tell it that I want to be at 3,000 at Jersey, which is what we would have had to have been at anyway. There we go. And then VNAV to Jersey. Enter that. What's the message saying? Alerter above VNAV altitude. Top of descent alerts, look. So it's telling us, here you go, you're at your top of descent. No, it's there. There you go, it's recalculated it, look. And we can now see where it is. So there you go. After a little bit of faffing around, we have eventually got a decent approach that I can follow. Because that's where the glide path starts, that's the thing. So by skipping at that first waypoint, we're not actually missing out on anything. So it's okay. And we need to be at 3,000, I think. Yes, 3,000. And then we descend down from 3,000. It's quite a steep-ish kind of, and we need to be about 640 feet 1 mile out. So it is a fairly steep thing. We need to plan our landing altitude now. What is the altitude of Jersey then? It's actually 300 feet, so it's a little bit less. We've got to descend, I guess. So when I set that, they go 249 is the closest to the elevation, so that's what we'll be using. I can get rid of the Navgraph map now on there, and yeah, we are going to start our descent shortly. So right, I've sent the descent message. We'll get ready for the descent now. This can go down to 20 nautical mile range, and seatbelt signs can come on, and it is time for us now, pretty much about, well, this thing's 97 miles out. I will change that in a minute now. If I click, what's this message? Oh yeah, top of descent probably. Right, down you go, and VNAV. And this thing should, hopefully, it started climbing for some reason to match the VNAV path. Oh, you silly little plane. Right, and I want to go to flight plan menu, and then cross-fill flight plan. And that should then change what we read on here. This still says 93 miles, but whatever. I don't think it's quite that far. And idle back, down to minimum RPMs now. This thing won't let us go totally idle, otherwise it yells at us. That's what this plane does. And as you can see there, we've started, and hopefully this thing will get us down to 3,000 in time for the Jersey VOR, if it knows what it's doing. And hopefully this plane knows what it's doing. We'll have to hope. And then we're heading to BVAV and then heading to the Jersey VOR. From there we'll jump on the 5 mile ILS final. We've got our decision height plugged in, we've got the ILS frequency also tuned in, so it's all good, all perfect. We'll do one last check of the weather. It has updated. QNH is 1005, winds 330 at 10 knots, so a little bit of a crosswind. Not too bad though. So yeah, all we've got to keep an eye out for is QNH 1005. The transition altitude I'll just use 6000, as there's no ATC online or anything like that. We have actually got a fellow Skyways on the ground heading down to Nottingham, another Dash 8 in Jersey. That's kind of cool, isn't it? Right, bring up the power a little bit now, because this thing is starting to catch back up with its speed again. And this thing's vertical speed has also slowed down a little bit for some reason, even though I said maintain 1800 feet per minute, whatever. And you can see there, we're not 84 miles out. Well, if you add these numbers together, that's not 84 miles, but whatever. Now, SimBrief is recommending that we're at 8,000 feet at BVAV, and it's looking like this plane follows that same kind of path, because it looks like we'll be about 8,000 about then.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. Sunrise name through the sun. Flight cabin services began. Chosen flight vehicles.
By the way, I have no idea really why this game sort of, this plane has like we're at cruise altitude kind of thing. Oh, we've got some ice detected. Okay, let's get all this anti-ice turned on again then. I probably should have done that when we started our descent, because I knew it was like that outside. Right, and we'll set, no, not wipers, we want pitot heat on the side and the window heat to turn on. The anti-ice is now doing its job, as we can see there, which is great. We can see the windows have solved their problem nicely, and it looks like we've taken control of the ice problem. I will continue to have the ice anti-ice on until that message goes. There's 10,000. And we are now falling into the clouds. We've got a bit more ice on us, so let's sort that out. Anti-ice is probably working overtime a bit now. You can see there now this thing seems to be handling its descent path pretty well. However, the VNAV path has slightly disappeared for some reason. I'll go ahead and take control of vertical speed, 1800 feet per minute, because for some reason, yeah, that vertical speed thing sort of disappeared a little bit. Yeah, it's not the nicest of weather this, I'll give it that. It's not nice weather. Pretty cloudy. It's more cloudy than the weather suggested. But there we go. Got to make sure I am at 3,000. It is quite important. Looks like the anti-ice. Okay, the anti-ice, the prop anti-ice is still working on the props, but currently the body itself. Oh, there you go. The body, the wings are being anti-iced still in this thick cloud that we're currently in. Yeah, it looks like the VNAV hasn't really directed us all that well in terms of that. I mean, look, I'm not sure if I really trust the VNAV, honestly. Like, it thinks we're way too high right now, but I disagree with that. We've got 4,000 feet to climb, 30, to descend in, so 3 minutes, 2,000 feet per minute. We'll just do that, 3 minutes. but we can descend 6,000. So using that same mass, we should do about 1,700 feet per minute, something like that. And then now we can afford to start pushing it back a little bit to like 1,400 feet per minute and things. Give the plane a little bit more power to allow it to keep its speed up. We haven't got any speed restrictions, I don't believe. So, I mean, I can't see any on here, on the charts. Here you go, max 210 knots on approach. So, I mean, let's get ourselves down below that, then we need to start slowing down for arrival anyway. And we'll bring in flaps 5. And that'll help this thing slow itself down. And then also we need to go max power then. A little bit closer. We're passing 5,000, look, and still. Right, we've got 1,900 feet left now, which should take us just a little over a minute to cover. That's good, and we're going to go ahead and arm the approach now.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have just started our approach. We would kindly ask you to fasten your seatbelts again and turn off all your electronics.
And there you go, we need to go ahead and get this into nav 1 mode now. On this. And we'll let the course flow round to what the proper course is going to be, which is, it doesn't say. It'll say somewhere what course we need to set, no? Does it not say anywhere, really? I don't believe that. 271, I think. No, that's feet. 263, there we go, I've just found it. 263. So this thing should hopefully start picking this up. I mean, I'm successfully slowing down. This thing doesn't want to go any higher than that, okay. No, on the flaps. So this thing should hopefully, it's currently in heading hold mode on this heading. And then hopefully it'll pick up the localizer, which we haven't currently got. Has this thing picked up the glide slope yet? I think that looks like a glide slope to me, plane. Right, you know what? Autopilot can come out. You can't trust this plane.
Caution, terrain. Caution, terrain.
Alright, plane. Right, it's time to start turning this thing around to the left. For some reason I haven't got the localizer. I've got the glide slope though. Oh, I think we are still a teeny bit off maybe. Actually, that's why we haven't got the localizer yet. But for whatever reason, yeah, the thing that is meant to manage the approach. Oh, there we go. We have actually got localizer and glide slope now, so the plane can take back control of itself. Drop gear, and I can't drop the flaps any further. I think until the gear's fully down. Otherwise, this plane will just start yelling at me. Right there. Autopilot, you can come out. We need to start slowing this thing down, and it needs to go to max power. Now, does this thing? I don't believe this thing has auto brakes. It does have spoilers, however, that will deploy upon landing. Now, be prepared for a terrible landing and maybe going slightly off the runway on landing as well, as really to fly this plane you need rudder pedals. That's the best way I can put it.
1,000.
I don't know what it is about this plane, but it doesn't fly very good unless you have rudder pedals. which I don't have, obviously. But we managed to maintain a pretty good path here. I'm using the rudder to try and stay on course a teeny bit. I'm going a little bit too quickly here, so I'll just slow it down a teeny bit. And I'll try for a good landing, but one of those doesn't really exist with me in this plane.
Plus 100.
I mean, I've actually burst a tyre on, upon landing, because this plane does actually also simulate that. I'm pulling fully up on the yoke, but this plane doesn't really want to hear it, I don't think.
Minimums.
But anyway, we're pretty good. There's minimums. Continue. We're pretty good. On the glide slope, we're not bad. I've had worse approaches with this plane, put it that way.
Glide slope.
Try and get back on course
Glide slope.
with the rudder. Oh, so I'm using a rudder built into my with two little buttons on my yoke, which is a little bit difficult, and they're not really set. They're not on axes, so they don't control. What's going on with this plane? Why does it just want to go down? Did I leave the autopilot in or something? Oh my word, minus 990. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, for some reason the plane decided that it wanted to not pull up. Is it broken? Did I leave autopilot in or something? Because, yeah, for some strange reason this thing didn't want to pull up. I was pulling up fully on that, and it for some reason didn't want to hear any of it. Why is the plane not moving? Oh, that's why. Rip. I've actually punctured a tyre. Sorry. Oh, I hate this plane so much sometimes. Yeah, I don't know why. It's always a pain to fly this plane. And yeah, this is another one of those times where it was a pain. Is there anything I can do to reset it? No, there's nothing I can do. And yeah, so the rudder did absolutely nothing, and pulling up on the throttle did absolutely, pulling up on the yoke did absolutely nothing. Basically, to sum up that landing, I don't know. I don't think I'm going to be flying this plane much after this. I'll be honest. I'm not going to be flying it much after this stream and after next week, because I am absolutely fed up with it. This is why I was thinking, why do I never fly this plane on stream? This is why, because I don't know how to control it properly. You need a rudder to control it, and for whatever reason the steering's also decided to stop working a little bit. You know what? Right, disconnect from Vatsim. I'm bringing this thing over to the stand manually. I have had absolute enough. Right, we want stand 10 in Jersey. There. Fuel off. Parked at the gate. There we go. That is that. Why are the spoilers still out? Oh, whatever. There we go. Yeah, that's this plane for you, really. Hopefully we can have a better one into Southampton. But that was weird. I pulled. I'm guessing it's because I reset the controls thinking about it. Maybe that wasn't the brightest of ideas. But as you can see, I mean, it's pulling up now. So, I don't know. It wasn't pulling up earlier for whatever reason. I'm sure it had its reason. I don't know why I bothered powering up the APU, actually. There's no point, because I can just get the external power switched on. Yeah, sorry about that landing. That was the world's worst landing. I have not done a worse landing than that in about, well, since I played that holiday flight sim. It's probably the last time I did something that bad. Oh dear, I don't know, it's not my favourite plane, this. That's all I'm going to say. Sounds like excuses and things, but I don't know, that was kind of a bit odd. I don't really know what happened there. I pulled back fully on the yoke, and the plane didn't want to pitch up whatsoever, and resulted in it just obviously smacking into the tarmac. But there we go. We've flown the flight in the end, so that's all that matters. We successfully landed the plane. It did have a little bit of a tyre issue that I think it fixes in about 8 minutes. Apparently, is how it works. If not, we'll reload the plane, I guess. But yeah, sorry guys about that. Oh dear. Yeah, I don't know. I need to start learning this plane a bit more, but I'm not a fan of this plane. Is all I can really say. I don't like it. I don't like this plane. We'll may as well connect to Skyways 695 now, which is the next flight we're doing. Well, there we go. That was a bit of a disaster of a flight, but whatever. Flight time was 52 minutes, which was expected. It's just a bit of a pain, really, that we had such problems trying to get... I don't know, right, let's go for a good landing now in Southampton. I'm going to push for a good landing as much as I possibly can in this plane. I mean, remember, we've also going to have to fly it on Sunday as well, so... who knows, it'll probably be a disaster on Sunday as well. Right, I'm going to go ahead. I haven't actually activated the next flight yet. I haven't filed it, so I'll do that now. Now I know what runway they're using over in Jersey, which is still 26.
Thank you. You did a great job.
Hopefully, right, good landing. Let's go for a good landing. It is a pain, as I said, I haven't got rudder pedals or anything, which is my own fault, really, but... I didn't set the QNH either. Oh dear. What is up with me in this plane? I just can't fly it. Like, in most planes, I'm on it, but this plane, nope. I can't do anything. Right, I'll go ahead and pre-file the next flight now. We're cruising at just 13,000 on this next one. That'll be interesting. Flight time of about 35 minutes. Go ahead and file that.
Bye, thank you for a wonderful flight.
And I'll go ahead and take the next flight from Simbrief. Which, oh, not this again. The flight that this gets from Simbrief, there you go. This is now getting the message. Let's see if sometimes the pre-file breaks. No, the pre-file works. When you do 2 flights in a row, sometimes the pre-file breaks. But it seems okay today. Oh wow, we've parked right next to the other one. That's because we use stand 9 and 10, I guess, at Fly UK, isn't it? That's probably why. Oh, I'm not proud of that landing. Anyway, has the broken tyre fixed yet? No. I'm going to have to look that up. I believe it takes like 8 minutes to heal. Oh, waiting 20 minutes. Oh boy. Okay, yeah, so it's going to take 20 minutes. This thinks. We'll wait and see, I guess. We'll continue with planning the next flight then, and hopefully... can anyone explain why has our flight plan not been deleted? What? Why has our flight plan not been deleted? Hello? Plane, we're not using that. It must be because of the bug landing, but that's odd. Right, well this is the only thing I can do, I guess. Just delete the whole thing. There we go. That is so dumb. It's actually unbelievable. What? Why did I... Oh dear, we're having a texture bug now. Oh, great. So there's the texture bug. This is why I hate this plane so much. Because of endless texture bugs. Right, Task Manager. I discovered this works. Or at least it did last night. Go into Task Manager, then go off Task Manager. Nope. I don't know what to say about this plane, honestly. I just get sick of it. Why do I fly it? You know what? Just... See, when I load in Task Manager, it reloads the sim, which is meant to get rid of this texture bug, but no. In summary, yeah, I hate this plane. Really, I mean, it's reloading, look, but I'm having no luck. Because I can't fly it if it's like this. I can't fly it. Okay, what about I reload it? That's the only solution I've got now, is reload the plane. Right, let me just stick this on for you guys. Yeah, that's the only solution I've got. There we go. The flight, I had to reload in the plane, but it now works, which is great. So, yeah, I don't know what's going on with this plane. There are a few bugs. I don't know. I am thinking about maybe changing what we're going to do on Sunday. Put it that way. I am already sick of this plane. Because I've had to reload it in now, because of how bugged it was acting, you know, with the textures. And that happens in this plane, sadly. It does just happen. And there's nothing I can do about it, sadly. But yeah, we'll do another flight with it now. And I'm almost certainly thinking about it. I'm not going to fly this plane on Sunday. I am not going to fly it. I have had enough of this plane already, really, for forever, really. I don't know. The fact is, I didn't fly this plane for weeks, so I must have sort of forgotten. No, for months, I mean. I must have forgotten why I didn't fly it for months. Simply, nah. Nah. No. No. No, 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 no.
On behalf of the entire flight crew, I wish you a pleasant flight.
That's this plane in a nutshell, honestly. Please, no. Oh, it's an RNAV approach down in Southampton. Right, let's get to planning this stupid flight then. Yeah, I'm not in a good mood today now from this, or whatever. Right, GSX, are you gonna do anything? And there are some weird, I don't know, the doors sometimes do cause some slight weirdness, but... right. This door open, I click to open this door, and it shuts the other one. Look, you can clearly see I'm hovering over the correct one. There, the doors are open this time. Right, boarding, 45 passengers today on this flight. But yeah, we'll try a second one, see if I can change my mind about Sunday's stream. Otherwise, I'm going to be scheduling something else, maybe according to an event or something that's on. But, yeah, I'm not in the mood. Number 2, yeah, we'll see if this flight can change my mind on my opinion of this plane. If not, I probably won't fly it ever again. No, I mean, it's not just, I'm not the greatest at flying it, I'll agree that. You know, there's a few more things I could possibly learn, but it is just overall quite difficult. Right, over to thread. There are bugs. The biggest bug is that texture bug. That's the thing I hate most, is the fact that texture bug, it's not good. But yeah, and obviously the fact that it is an absolute nightmare to land unless you have rudder pedals, which I don't. Right, we're getting it set up now. That is another part of the problem. I mean, I can't blame all the reasons I don't like this plane on the plane.
It is partially because I don't have rudder pedals, it's partially because, yeah, it's a combination of no rudder pedals and that texture bug. But that texture bug is a real problem. And I don't know why it happens, and the only solution is to reload in the plane. And that is obviously not a good solution. So, hopefully it doesn't happen again. We've got no ATC for this flight now, sadly. And we're going to be using runway 02, I think, in Southampton.
I'm right next
Let's have a look at the weather. The weather in Southampton 310, so definitely runway 02 then. And we are taking the thread 1 Sierra. And we are taking the RNAV runway 02. And there's no transitions available, so that's that. And is this missed approach? Yep, so we can... No, we want to keep that. That's probably what caused the bug in how long we had left on the flight. So I'll keep that. Right, over to the Majestic control panel now. We are looking at today's flight. Right, finally I've cooled down a little bit. 45 passengers on board today. 45. Calculate that. We're looking at fuel of 2207. Calculate. And we are looking, we've currently got a zero fuel weight of 22.4, which is exactly what we're looking for. So send data to flight sim. That will pause the game while it puts it in. There we go. Excellent. Right, fuel. No, wait, no, passengers first. Select passengers, 45. Cargo, 170 still. And fuel, we're looking at 2207. Enter. Excellent. And then we want to go ahead and cross-fill that onto the other FMC. GSX is still going. Have they boarded passengers? No, not yet. So we'll wait on them for all of that. This can go over to the fuel page now. 126 miles. That's more like accurate. Yep, 126 is exactly what we're planning today. And the APU is all working. Boarding has now been completed, so we can go ahead and go down to the menu. No, flight plan. No, yeah, flight plan, then menu. And then, no, just data, services. Can cancel the GPU, and we'll go ahead and start closing the doors. Off goes the external power. We'll need to do an anti-skid test again, because I had to reload in the plane. And we'll start closing all the doors, and hopefully we don't have too many issues there. Squawk can just stay on what it loads in as default. And we want weather radar on. But for whatever reason it's tracking the sea. I don't want to rain. You silly plane. Anyway, that's that, I guess. Right, let's start getting our charts up then, and hopefully we can have a successful takeoff without this thing's rudder veering all over the place. Yeah, I don't know. I think it is mainly the rudder pedals that ruin my experience with this plane. Honestly, the fact that it's very hard to handle this plane without that. Really, I should have them, but they're like £100. Like, who can be bothered to pay that? Right, that's all the stuff put into the overlay.
I thought I already set the QNH once. Right. The QNH is currently 1005. Good, that's what I have plugged in there. Altitude, well, we've got to be at 5,000 at Alderney, which is D0. Are we taking the Ortac 3 Alpha? Here we are. So that is 5,000 feet initial climb, but it doesn't matter, we can just set straight up to 11,000. We've got, no, 13,000, we've got no ATC online. Looks like we've got some pretty poor weather once again. Surprise, surprise, we're in the UK and we've got poor weather. It just doesn't let up, does it? Want to set IAS to 225 and altitude select, and we want to use nav on takeoff. There we go, that is everything all plugged in and ready then. I think we are all ready to get ourselves pushed back. We'll just go ahead and shut the door. Bring the engines into start and feather. Everything's all ready to go, I think. What's this moaning at us about? Everything's all looking good up there. The bleeds are all turned on. External power is off. Everything's excellent. We're not going to need anti-ice just yet, but we might need it later. We haven't been on the ground here very long, but there we go. Time to push back. It should be a very short flight this, just over half hour for us today, and we're taxiing down to runway 26.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
All the fuel is good. Looking good. We'll see how this plane behaves now.
Locking gear.
But I am tempted, I don't know, I'm tempted to change the stream we're doing on Sunday, because, I don't know, we'll see how this landing goes. If we have a good landing and a good flight, I'll fly it on Sunday. If not, I won't fly it on Sunday. That's what I'm going to do. Well, I'll make my mind up when we get there.
Departure check completed. Commencing push. Bypass pin inserted. All engines clear.
Right, starting engine 2. And introduce fuel. There is an EasyJet just about to land, so we'll have to watch that. And we can now start engine 2 as well.
We would like to welcome you on board above dash into Q400. The flight time today will be approximately 2 hours.
Ignore the flight attendant, they always say 2 hours for some strange reason. I have no idea why. I'd rather they just didn't do an announcement than got it wrong. Anti-collision lights and taxi lights can come on as well.
Set parking brakes.
What on earth, GSX? GSX, you haven't finished pushing me back. Okay, I'm just ignoring the weirdness now today. Seriously.
Confirmation for good engine start.
GSX can't even push us back now. Oh yeah, I forgot this bug. It's a weird bug with GSX and this plane, where even though, as you can see, the engines are started and we're up to max power, GSX doesn't think we've got the engine started for some weird reason. I have no idea why, but there is something that causes it to do that.
Ladies and gentlemen, may we have your attention to the international safety regulations. This aircraft has 6 emergency...
And yeah, for some reason they haven't pushed us back correctly. I mean, we're meant to be facing like that in this direction, but they haven't pushed us back correctly, so Thank you, GSX, for that, but
Disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
that's that, I guess. There's the EasyJet. Oh, just disconnected. Immediately on landing. There we go. Why do I need to set parking brakes, GSX? GSX is going to be cross with me now, but whatever.
It is sealed in a plastic bag. When instructed to do so, take a
Because we're absolutely fine.
Take the life vest out. Over your head. Fasten the life vest by connecting the hose to the waist.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
I knew that ages ago. Right, I'm hoping, does the window heat? Can we solve the window heat?
Clear to start engines.
What do you mean clear to start engines? Okay, I think GSX is being a little bit weird today. My engine's already started, GSX, what do you mean? There you go, using the window heat seems to have fixed that issue. Even though it wasn't ice on the windshield that we're having, but whatever. So we're going to taxi all along here to runway 26. But yeah, and hopefully if we have a good flight, I'll be flying this again. And I'll consider flying it in the future, I don't know, very distant future probably. Even though, you know, this plane is alright, it's not my favourite, I would have, you know, I'd rather fly the 787 or whatever. Just any other plane really, apart from the Tornado ones, they're terrible. I'm not a fan of those. But yeah, this plane, there is a way to fly it correctly, but it's very, well, you need rudder pedals. I don't know how many times I'm going to say that, but you really need them. You really need rudder pedals. I wish you could just disable the rudder, but you can't. Actually, that's a good idea. Isn't there an auto rudder in this game? I believe there's an auto rudder, right? For like simple controls, when you don't have a rudder. There's definitely a rudder pedal. There's definitely one of those things, no? Is it under realism settings? It's already ticked. Maybe that only affects. It must only affect. Maybe it only affects the aircraft that come with flight sim as well. That could be another one. Because obviously this isn't one that comes with the game, so it probably works differently. And we are going up to 13,000 today. But yeah, there we go, we're taxiing to the runway now though. As I said, I won't be flying this plane much after today. I don't know, but yeah, weirdly that EasyJet literally touched down then just immediately disconnected. Like, really strange. Right, line lights can come on, taxi lights can come off. And looking at the weather, would it be wise to get this on? Yes, I think so. It is automatic anyway, so it'll only do anti-ice if it detects ice. I think it's wise to have a go at that. And yeah, I think we'll be hoping for a very good landing. Hopefully this time when I pull up on the throttle, the plane will actually pull up. Unlike on the landing in Jersey, for some reason it just decided not to do that. We've got nothing approaching. Oh, rip. Oh, it's at 14,000 feet. Okay. Thought we got in the way of someone then, maybe, but we're okay. Right, we're on the runway. Max power for takeoff. And straight away, the fact that I don't have a rudder becomes a pain. No! Oh, I hate this plane. Why is it like this? Why do you need a rudder for this plane? Why do you need rudder pedals? Like, trying to control it with my yoke is impossible. I'm trying to use the rudder with the plane, like with my yoke, and it just results.
Ladies and gentlemen,
What do you mean seatbelts off? Oh.
we instruct you to keep your seatbelts
AP, you can come off now as well. Right, we are successfully in the air. It looks very dark, very gloomy. Interesting. Right, we'll let the speed gain up and then we'll decrease the revs. We're going to be at 3,000 and then start our climb, start our turn then once we're at 3,000. Getting nice speed here. There you go, I can go ahead and put it back a little bit now. Anti-ice is all ready and on for when we're going to need it, which we are certainly going to, I think. Like on our arrival into here, there was a disaster. Seriously, anyone watching right now, please stay for the landing in Southampton, because it's going to be very comical to watch, I suspect, if it's anything as bad as the landing we had in Jersey. Oh, I don't know. It's this plane, as I said, it really, I've got, if only you guys have a Tech yoke, there's the little teeny buttons that move left and right. There's A1 and A2, B1 and B2, and C1 and C2. C1 and C2 I'm using to control the rudder, and it's an absolute disaster. It doesn't work. Put it that way. It does not work. And that's why I'm having some serious problems. Very serious problems, in fact. Transition altitude is 5,000, okay, that means the transition level would be 6,000, probably. So we used the right one earlier. This thing's now finally gained some speed, so it's going to start doing a proper climb. There's nothing heading for Southampton, we've got the airport to ourselves. No one to see us when we mess up the landing, basically. But there we go. And we are climbing nicely up to our altitude. We have got to hold at 5,000. Oh, that's why I was going to set it to 5,000, because obviously this plane is not like other planes in terms of it will recognise an altitude restriction. I have to tell it myself that there is an altitude restriction. So I'll push back on my throttle now to try and get this to hold properly at 5,000 for the next little bit. Oh! What? What can go wrong? What else can go wrong today? Seriously, what else can go wrong? I'm positive that nothing else can go wrong with this plane today and me. Like, what's going on? I don't know, there's something about this plane that I just do not get on with. I really don't. Put in a little bit more power though to let this thing speed up. We haven't got the best of weather right now either. We've got 25 miles just sitting here at 5,000, which isn't great. Oh, I've just realised that. Oh, sorry people. That message I sent wasn't on Unicom. There we go, there's another thing that can go wrong with this plane and me today. The fact that I wasn't on Unicom. Unbelievable. Why is this happening? Seriously. No ice is appearing, so it seems to be alright with the anti-ice. Well, come on, we've still got 20 miles to go. This thing's slow. I think I forget that too. This plane is actually surprisingly slow. Like, I'm just sitting here waiting before we can go up to 5,000, above 5,000. It's like, oh. Well, I may as well, actually, never mind. Well, I'll set approach minimums now for Southampton. It's such a short flight. I may as well do it now while I'm waiting. So approach, we're using an RNAV 02. I'll get the taxi chart up and the star chart up as well. Excellent. The RNAV, using an LNAV and a VNAV, our minimums are going to be 510. Excellent. Is there anything I need to tune? Or no? Because it's an RNAV, but I don't think there is anything to tune at all, is there? So yeah, because there's no proper approach. We have to do it ourselves. And the thread 1 Sierra is a very simple sort of arrival. We've got to be at 7,000 at thread. Not gonna have any time for cruise today. It's crazy. Literally straight up, straight down. We're not gonna be able to reach it. And then at Neddle, we need to be at 7,000. And then from there, right, we'll delete where this says the start of approach because it's a pain. I want to be able to see where I'm going. Why are there so many low links? Right, to test out my theory now, I'll see whether this is what breaks it or not. No, it still says the same amount of time we've got left, I don't know. So yeah, it's going to be a bit of a final then. Between... I can't see how far it is between Neddle and Bantu, but it's obviously a fair amount. And we've still got 12 miles left, even though I've done all my planning. That's amazing, actually. Unbelievable. Right, we're out of the clouds, so that's nice. I'm still waiting to climb.
Easy 75 Golf Bravo established on the ILS. 9 miles out. 586.
Right, hopefully everything's all going good now. Cool, let's have a good landing. Let's do a good landing in Southampton to prove myself wrong. That this plane actually does work. Otherwise, yeah. Well, that's the end of that. I believe actually, does the mouse yoke control the rudder? Oh! I should have done that. I forgot that. The mouse yoke I have controls the rudder. Alright, we'll do that. Let's try it with the mouse yoke. I'll have to control 2 yokes at once, though, which might be a bit of a problem. We'll have to see how that goes. What if I try putting my mouse in front of me? Let's try this. So I'll have... So controlling the yoke and controlling the mouse like that. Yeah, let's try that on landing. I'll try that and we'll see if we can get a better landing. Right, we're closing from that waypoint. I want to go straight up to 130 now, otherwise we're not going to be able to do that. It's going to be quite difficult, I think. Anyway. And there you go, this thing's going to start climbing now. Hopefully quite a strong climb at first. Maybe this style wasn't the best of choice, I don't know. Given its restrictions, literally after AUTAC, we've just got to descend again. Pretty much straight to thread, which we've got to be at 7,000 for. Right, standard pressure. Why is my overlay behind? It's actually behind the plane because of how quickly we went up there. That's quite funny, actually. My overlay's actually falling behind. Oh dear. There you go, this thing's now going to start slowing down its climb again, but I'm fine with that. We've successfully gone up to flight level 130 now. Got no ATC, unfortunately. Never mind. seatbelt signs can come off. They'll only be off for a little bit, so we may as well try and get the passengers moving on flight. Why not, I guess. Right, let's slow down the speed we have to be at to try and rapidly climb. I want to quite rapidly climb here to try and... Actually, no, I think the overlay, for whatever reason, is slightly off what the plane is saying. Strange. I wonder why my overlay is slightly off. Right, just 2,000 left now. Right, I've activated that look, and that's going to tell me when my top of descent is. Our rudder trim's a little bit out. Oh, we've got some... Oh, is this some mad weather, or what? Our plane is going a bit odd, all over the place. Oh, rip, I didn't select altitude select, rip. Thank you, plane. There you go, hopefully it can slow down in time to make 13,000, but yeah. And push back on the throttle now a little bit. And top of descent is going to be in 28 miles to get to Thread for 7,000. So there you go, we made it up there, not bad. Pretty amazing, I think. Wouldn't expect. I don't know what's happening with my overlay though. It thinks we're at flight level 128 for some reason. There's something slightly odd going on there. I don't know, is it reading it from something different, like the game, maybe? I don't know, there is a slight weirdness there. The transition altitude down in Southampton is, I don't know, really, it doesn't actually say. We've got to be at 210 knots as well. But so, no, I thought that's basic speed we're already doing anyway. This thing's not quick. In terms of fuel when we land, we're perfect in terms of that. This thinks we've got about 14 minutes left until Southampton. Not bad. And yeah, hopefully this landing goes okay and I can fly this plane on Sunday, but we'll see. Oh, London Centre of some kind just came online. London East again. Which I'm not even in... I am in range of it, but I don't think it covers where I am. Oh dear. Look at this plane just like... way all over the place. It's great. There's a little bit of turbulence here, I think. We've got no ice warning though. So alright for that. Whee. Total descent is going to be in 18 miles now. You know, let's get the seatbelt signs on. I mean, that's a good idea. Even though this weather isn't on the weather radar, but I don't know. I'll reload the weather radar, see if it gets anything. No, it's still happy with what it's come up with. One thing I've got to say though, you do get very good FPS in this game. I've got 50 FPS in this plane right now, which is, you know, a lot higher than I get in any other planes. I haven't really noticed that, but yeah, and it's actually cranked up to quite high settings, this plane. It's got graphic settings, and they are cranked up pretty high, so that's kind of nice that it runs so well. That's one positive of this plane, I guess, out of the many negatives that you can find about it. The VNAV path has actually showed up on here. But yeah, is it the wind? What is it? This plane is being shaken up quite badly. We're not even in any proper... There you go, ice detected. Okay. On you guys go. To try and get rid of that ice that we don't want. London Centre. London Sea Centre. That doesn't cover us. Oh well. And they just come offline as well, so no ATC for us then. Sadly. Push back on the throttle a little bit now. Even though we are meeting our cruise speed. Whoa. And we have got some ice forming on the side window. It's going to get the P2 heat on for that. Weirdly, we haven't got any on the windscreen yet. Must be the direction it's coming in at. And yeah, I'll try using the mouse scope for the landing this time. See if that makes any difference. Is it? Can I use Control and Y? I don't want to do that because that might cause slew mode. I use a comma on the other PC. I use a comma for it, but I haven't done that here. Oh well, that's that. Going to be descending now very shortly. In 6 miles down to 7,000 feet. And I've got to be there for a little bit, and then it'll be down at BAM2 then a little bit further to well, above 1,700 feet. I don't really know how to describe it any other way. No need to report on Unicom. We've got Southampton Airport to ourselves, so we're fine. No ATC or anything, sadly. Oh well. That's that. We'll go ahead and get VNAV activated now, and it's armed VNAV, so when we pick up the path we will be able to start descending. We won't be able to arm an approach for this at all because of the fact that it's an RNAV approach, so we'll do it ourselves. Southampton's a pretty small airport really, so what can you expect? Right, we're approaching the little top of the descent marker now. I've got VNAV armed, so this thing should just start to follow it when we hit it, which is now, and you can see our vertical deviation starting to come down, and this thing should pick up the VNAV within, I don't know how close the VNAV path has to be for this plane to intercept it, but there you go, it's intercepted it now, and that'll take us at 1,800 feet per minute roughly down to thread. We can go ahead and knock this back a little bit as well. Piece of heat on the side can come off now. The anti-ice is still working on the props and the wings to maintain no ice. And we want to throttle back, throttle right back now. And I've got 5,000 to drop my thread. Right, vertical to thread to there, yeah, enter. And then this thing should hopefully follow a VNAV path now. Oh, because I'm saying vertical to there. Oh wow, what's our plane doing? Right, vertical speed at 1,800, and then we'll be able to take control from there in terms of what we're going to do. Right, there's 10,000. And looks like my phone's lost internet. Great. Absolutely great. There you go. And we have successfully slowed down now to 210 knots. Got a little bit of ice on the windshield now. So I'll have to fix that. And we're just going down to 7,000 for now, and then it'll be a further descent from there.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Captain speaking. For some reason,
Yeah, London Centre, like London Central Centre, is actually online, but we're not in range of there, so it's not affecting us. We are successfully around the 10,000 zone thread, max 210 knots, and then it needs to be, and then we need to stay there until Neddle, and then we can continue our descent. I'm going to give up on the VNAV. I'll cancel that, because I can just do it myself from here. There you go, there's 7,000 just in time. I want to make sure I've selected altitude select on there, otherwise this thing will break in time. And I'll give it a little bit of power now, just to make sure we can maintain it. And what's the weather down in Southampton then? EGHI 330 at 8 knots, QNH 1003. And there's 7,000. We're going to be here for the next few minutes now before I can continue my descent any further. Landing altitude of Southampton is 44 feet, so 0 is what it's closest to. Oh, thick cloud here. Keep the anti-ice on through all of this. Wait until that ice detected message goes away. However, it does look like the clouds are lifting a teeny bit, which is nice. And hopefully I won't puncture the tyres when we land and cause a massive problem, because that landing was shocking. And hopefully maybe we can put it down to the fact that I'm able to use a mouse yoke as the rudder. Plane is getting chucked around a teeny bit. That's kind of didn't my sim just like crash for a brief moment, man? It really felt like it did. Okay. Well, this plane's getting rocked around quite a bit. In 6 miles we'll descend below 7,000. Should have the runway in sight fairly soon. No need to report on Unicom, as there is nothing heading for Southampton. So we are all good. And I should see the airport fairly soon, as we are just 30 miles out from it now. Why does the weather radar lag slightly? I only just noticed that. The weather radar was slightly lagging. But we've got more turbulence. It's not the nicest of weather today, is it? Really? And that's again, you know, with the Dash 8, with this sort of weather, because this thing cruises quite low down, you do have that as a problem. If there's bad weather, all you can see on all the flights is bad weather. Right, there's passing Neddle. So I'm going to get this down to 2,000 feet now. No, 1,700, that's what we'll set. At a vertical speed of about 1,400, let's say. Ready for the VNav. And we can set our QNH now to 1003. Yes. As we pass 6,000. Don't know what this plane... How has this plane got so much out... What on earth? Why is this plane so off course? How did it... Oh, I don't know. I do question this plane sometimes as to how this is possible. Half the things that it does. Well, how does it end up this far off course? Like, can someone explain that? It shouldn't end up that far off course. It really shouldn't. But it somehow does. Doing a fairly slow descent here into the airport. Nice and steady, really. We need to be above 2,500 at BAM2, which we are going to be, and then above 1,700 at HI02F. So random. And we are just about 15 miles probably from the airfield. Yeah, 15 miles. So I'm happy with the descent rate we're planning. I'll give it a bit more. And let's see if we can have a good landing this time. Because obviously it wasn't even the rudder landing in Jersey that was the issue. It was the fact that the plane, for some random reason, didn't want to pitch up. So hopefully we don't have that issue again. There you go, I have the runway in sight. Excellent. And this glide path looks pretty good. Now there's no approach to activate, so I'm just going to set this down to an altitude of 0. Because it's an RNAV. I'll try and fly like this as much as possible. Doing it myself. And as long as we stick to the restrictions, we'll be okay. Someone's got an open mic, obviously. There's 2,500, look, perfect. So I'm going to bring it back now to like 800 feet per minute, ready for landing.
2,500.
Max power, ready for approach. And everything looks all good up there, so that means we're all good. And this can go down to 10 nautical mile range now. We're still 8 miles out yet, so pretty good. I've got myself down pretty good without the assistance of VNav mostly, so that's nice. It's a pretty straightforward airport, Southampton. We'll probably have to backtrack down the runway unless we stop literally instantly. So that'll be interesting. Hopefully we don't burst a tyre on landing, that'll help.
Caution. Terrain.
What do you mean terrain?
Caution. Terrain.
Oh, it's a weird plane. Right, and there's 1,700 feet at HI02F. I don't know what it means, terrain. It's, again, just this plane being this plane, I guess. It's being quite odd, and I need to activate the weather radar again. You know what? No, we can turn off both of them.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've just started our approach.
I think we started our approach earlier, but okay. Right, gear down, we're 5 miles out. Flaps full. This thing, oh there you go, this didn't moan at me, that's good. And approach. No, not approach, autopilot out. I'm now taking control of this thing, and hopefully it will actually work. And I will also get, oh, you know what, this mouse rudder thing is a bit odd. We're a little bit too high, I think. Let's try and bring this plane down a teeny bit. I don't know, the plane's feeling a lot more stable than it did on the last approach. I mean, maybe that's the wind, but it does feel, you know, actually flyable. So I'll keep the mouse yoke on the screen for now, and then I'll use it once we're landing, because I'm not going to need it until then. And let's see, can I do a good landing in a Dash 8? Is it possible? Also, this second flight, I think I have enjoyed it a lot, so maybe I'm tempted to fly it again on Sunday, but then maybe not along. I don't know, it's a good plane, this, but it's different, is what I have to say about it. And that's because, you know, the Dash 8 in real life is a bit like that, and you know, it's a good plane overall. The texture bug is the only thing that is the fault of the plane. That's the only reason I don't like the plane, as in the flight sim plane. However, we are having the same issue. I'm pitching up absolute max, and this thing doesn't really want to have anything to say about it. So I don't know why. I mean, also that's nothing to do with the rudder. I haven't even reset the controls or anything, so it shouldn't. You know, I haven't pressed 5 on the keypad to reset the controls in an awkward position that would break the yoke. I haven't quite timed the yoke continue. Haven't quite timed this. Okay, it appears that the decision height is radio altitude, not barrow, so I'll have to remember that for next time. Oh, wow. No! And once again, pushing the plane all the way up. I need to give it a certain amount. Is that what it is? I was going too slowly, maybe, on the approach into Jersey. Is that why it wouldn't pitch up? Because just then it did the same thing to me.
100.
Again, look,
50,
look, seriously.
30, 20, 10.
Plane, I'm pitching all the way up, -471. It's a bit more decent, still not good. Yeah, we had a good landing in the Dash 8. That's amazing, that's never happened. And vacate, that was -471, so pretty rough, but it's the best you can do in this thing, honestly. Because as you can see, this thing does actually have its gear attached to the wings, which is another reason why it is a nightmare to land. We managed to vacate in a pretty good spot. However, for whatever reason, the airport chart here doesn't support moving maps. Fly UK park in a little bit. They park, so taxi parking stands. They park between stands 1 and 5. The scenery I've got for this airport is actually really nice. So we'll go stand 4. Go on. Yay! We had a successful landing and this plane worked. Okay, I've got to remember things for next time then. Basically, just make sure, honestly, make sure that this that I give it enough power on landing, and when I do land, make sure I use the mouse rudder. But yeah, so that is, I don't know, I think I know how to fly this plane a bit more now I've had some more practice. That first flight, as I said, it was the first flight. I mean, I've got to mention as well, the 2 flights I did off camera were done with AI and Pro ATC and a bit more casual flight simming. So this is the first time I've flown it on Vatsim with any sort of knowing what to do. You know, what was it like? When did we do that stream when we went from Exeter to Manchester to Glasgow? That's got to be what, 6 or 7 months now at least. It's been since I've flown this thing properly on Vatsim. So I think that's an excusable amount of time to mean that I'm terrible at controlling the plane. I mean, everyone gets rusty if they don't spend a long, you know, if they don't use a plane for a while. So I will do Sunday's stream. Hopefully I'll have even more practice then. There we go. We're good. My voice is starting to hurt. Oh well. And taxi in. It's quite easy to steer. That's one nice thing as well. It's very quick with the steering. I'm just doing a very slow approach Can I explain how the plane went backwards then? No. Yes! GSX is dancing. Everyone catch that. Oh dear. That just makes me laugh. Yes. Oh dear. And there we go, we actually finished our flight. Flight time today, 32 minutes, so 3 minutes short than planned. That's amazing. Yes, finally. I did a good flight in this plane. That first one was just an off. That's what we'll say anyway. Just an off flight, that first one. We're getting used to the plane. Right, we need to request the GPU. It does take quite a while for the GPU to load in, you know, because you need to wait for it. So while that happens, we'll keep the APU on still. Anti-collision lights and taxi lights can come off now. And so can the seatbelt signs. So can the pitot heats. And the aircon things. That's it. Make sure the anti-ice is off now. It already done that. Anyway, it's automatic. There's the GPU. So we can get external power turned on. APU power off. And yeah, hopefully, you know, we can do 2 flights without having to reload in the plane next time. As long as we don't encounter that stupid texture glitch again. That is the one thing that I don't like about this plane. It is that stupid texture glitch. It drives me insane. Because it really shouldn't happen. Oh, not again. And the fact that it is the world's most difficult thing to open doors. Right, Shift E. Shift E 2. Shift E 3. I'll do it like that. I'll do it how it does it in with the default planes, because the thing that's built into the plane simply doesn't work. Because it's quite buggy and very slow. I don't know why that says restriction at the top. Anyone got any ideas about that? Who knows? Excellent. That is it then. We have landed, and we've had one unsuccessful flight and one successful flight. Not too bad. Join me again on Sunday when we're going to take 2 more flights. I dread the occasion. We're going from Bergen to Oslo, Gardermoen and back. But I think it's about a 170-mile flight. I'm having a look now. I'll have a look. It's a 180-mile flight roughly. 180 miles there and back. It's 210 miles. Let's go off the route set by FlyUK. So it'll be a bit of a longer stream than this one. Might be a bit long actually. I forget how slow this thing is. It's quite a slow plane because it's got propellers, obviously. But yeah, and be sure to tune in on Sunday. No, not Sunday, Saturday. Well, Sunday's important as well, but Saturday, definitely tune in for the Southampton to Tel Aviv CityLink event in the 787. I can't wait for that. We're using an Al 787 with call sign Al 21 Alpha. That should be great fun. Can't wait for that CityLink event. Full ATC, Stansted down to Tel Aviv in Israel. Stream should be about 5 hours long. Just over 5 hours, maybe closer to 6, depending on how the flight goes. It's a bit of a weird event in terms of they think, you know, given the ATC times, we won't have ATC in Tel Aviv because of they think the flight's going to take 5 hours. Simply for saying 4 hours and 10 minutes last time I checked. So be interesting. But anyway, that is that for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. We had one really poor flight, and then that second landing wasn't too bad, so considering we had that bug. Not bug, the thing where the plane doesn't want to pitch up, we had that on this landing as well. The solution appears to be give it loads of power. I'm going to have to look up actually what is the typical landing speed for this thing, as I don't actually have a landing speed calculator, which could be part of the problem. Because for whatever reason this thing doesn't have one built in, so I don't know how you're supposed to calculate it. You know, it doesn't come as part of the control panel at all. You know, it doesn't come as part of part of this thing. So interesting. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.